Good afternoon, children. Now we are going to see the structure of the pollen grain. The study that deals with the structure of the pollen grain is called as palynology. The pollen grains are called male gametophyte. They are usually unicellular, haploid, uninucleated cells. The size of the pollen grains ranges from 10 micrometers to 200 micrometers. The pollen grain consists of two layers. The outer layer is called exine, which is tough, thick, and it is cutinized layer, consists of sporopollenin, cellulose, and pollen kits. Sporopollenin and pollen kits are the material, pollen wall material, which is secreted by the tapetum cells. They are highly resistant to chemical, temperature, and biological degradation. They protect the pollen grains during the time of pollination. The sporopollenin and pollen kits are the derivatives of flavonoids and carotenoids. That's why when you observe the pollen grain under the microscope, they appear in yellow or orange colors. The exine is not uniformly thickened all over. There are certain depressions seen in the exine layer. That depression is called as a germ pore. If the depression is round in size, round in structure, it is called as germ pore. If the depressions are elongated, it is called as the furrow. Some pollen grains are consist of many depression. Some pollen grain consist of many depression. They are triporate pollen grains. These pollen grains are usually seen in dicot plants. Some have only one germ pore. They are called as uniporate. These pollen grains are seen in monocot plants. Pollen grain vary in size and shape. Some are spherical, globose in shape, ellipsoid, fusiform, and some are even crescent in shape. The inner layer, we call it as intine, which is thin, delicate, and consists of cellulose and pectin. The pollen wall material that is made up of sporopollenin and pollen kit is highly resistant to UV radiation and biological degradation process. That's why the pollen grains are preserved for a long time even in fossils. When the pollen grains are inside the sporangium, that is the anther, they divide once. The unequal division takes place inside the pollen grain, giving rise to two cells, that is vegetative cell and generative cell. The vegetative cells is larger in size and it is filled with reserve food material. The generative cell is smaller in size and it is forming the male gamete. At this two cell stage, the pollen grains are liberated from the anther. The pollen grains are now carried away by the pollinating agents, and when it is transferred on the surface of the stigma is the seat of the pollen grains during pollination. When it is deposited over the stigma, the intine wall of the pollen grain dissolves by absorbing moisture and it grows as pollen tube. The generative nucleus, that is generative cell, it divides once to form male gametes. The vegetative cell undergoes multiple division forming the pollen tube. The pollen tube consists of a nucleus, the vegetative nucleus, at the tip of the pollen tube that we call it as tube nucleus. As the pollen tube grows in size, the pollen tube germinates and it reaches the ovule and get fertilized with the female gamete. This is the structure development of the male gametophyte. So the pollen grain divides twice. One is before the pollination, another one is after pollination. If you see the pollen grain structure, at the outer surface there are certain spine-like structures. This we call it as spines. Certain pollen grains are having the spines, certain pollen grains they don't have spines. Those who are having spines, they are called as rough pollen grains. Without spines, they are called as smooth pollen grains. Usually the rough pollen grains are pollinated by animals. Smooth pollen grains are pollinated by wind. Thank you, children.